Anyway, that's all I've been watching. Before we get into it, I want to throw one up for Enrique. Can't be here this week, but hopefully we'll see him next week for season 2. I'm assuming reaction. We'll see. But this is Tristan's show, correct? Tristan?
Yeah, it was my show.
So do you want to go over
my show on the last list?
Oh yeah, that's right.
Got replaced last minute with the good old Gambito.
Oh yeah.
And I just keep getting the short end of the stick on the wheel.
Dude, that's
wheel is evil and doesn't like me.
That wheel loves me, bro. The shows.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, I'll throw the quick rundown at you. Jack Ryan, based off of the Tom Clancy books. Tom Clancy, who Ian's game Siege is also based off of. Does a lot of good stuff, a lot of action stuff, and so that's part of why I was interested in this show. Personally, I'm also a John Krasinski fan, so I wanted to throw this on there. But basically, he is a CIA agent, except less of an agent than other people. He just sits in an office and looks at money, and looks for issues with money in foreign places. And that's how we get into the main plot line of him finding this sheik who is basically trying to turn into a terrorist. And then it's the story of hunting him down and stopping the bad guy.
Yeah, it's a good synopsis of it.
That's the basic rundown.
So I'll just start it off the first episode. Dude, I was already into this show. I think I was maybe into it a little bit too much when the first episode started with the safety dance. Bro, I was into it. I was like, okay, this is gonna be great. And then I was like, okay, whatever. I'm kind of calmed down after that, but I don't know. How'd you guys feel introing into this season?
Go ahead, Ian.
I felt great, man. I mean, I am a huge Tom Clancy fan in general, just of just the stuff he's done. But yeah, I was just looking forward to it. I've watched the movie, but the show was definitely something else. I really liked it.
Okay, Tristan.
Yeah, the safety dance had me kind of hyped too. And then all of a sudden, the kids got blown up.
Yeah.
It was a very dramatic turn, dude. Yeah. I was like, oh my gosh.
Dude, you gotta be safe, man. You gotta be safe.
Yeah. I love the irony. But come on.
It was one of the best intros to a show that I've seen in a long time.
That's a good point, actually.
The setup was very good. The setup was good, and it led on to more, which is the best way an intro can be.
Yeah. No, I thought the pilot episode was really good, honestly. I didn't feel like an hour.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I like because Tristan said it's gonna be an hour, and I was like, ooh, an hour is gonna be kind of a rough intro because most intros are pretty slow moving.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This one did not have that. This one was a very good intro. Set the pace very well. Wasn't like taking its time with it. Set it and moved on.
Shit,
that was really good.
Yeah, I think it was maybe even better than a couple of the episodes following it, to be honest.
True. Yeah.
Yes.
I feel like episode maybe after 2, maybe it was like 2 through 4 or 5. Like it was just pretty slow moving. I don't know if you guys felt the same way.
I really enjoyed those episodes, like 3 through 5. I was probably the most into it.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, just because I just thought everything set up, all the analytics, all that stuff was just very interesting to me. So I followed every small detail very well.
That's fair.
And so that was I was very drawn to all of those little things that they did.
They did a good job for sure, like executing those small details and like making you think a little bit, like before they revealed what was actually happening and stuff. I did like that.
It wasn't like an obvious thing. Like the path in this show was never obvious. Like there was always a second agenda where like the show could have gone somewhere else.
Yeah,
and it did.
Mm-hmm.
Like it never followed a straight path that you would have predicted. I think that's what a draw for that was excuse me. Okay. That I never really expected what was going on.
That's a really good point. I think I'm gonna go over just kind of the general plot until we get to the end. All these episodes pretty much mix into each other. There's not really a clear cut like end or start to any like I don't know. Mm-hmm. So yeah. So let's see. We start out. We get like Tristan said the terrorist. I forgot his name. I don't remember.
Main guy.
Yeah.
Suleiman.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. It's just him and his wife and his kids. They're just kind of vibing, doing whatever. And him and whatever the other guy's name was, I don't remember, but they were hanging out with the bank manager, and then they got captured by it was the French guy.
He was not French. He was American.
No, he was the guy with the mustache.
Yeah, he was American.
He was 100% French because I looked it up. Apparently, he's like a French, like, not hitman, but he's like French police, like, or he was from France. I don't remember, but I definitely looked that up.
He might have been from France, but he was an American soldier.
Okay. Either way. So yeah, they get captured, and I like that kind of turn where Solomon like kind of pretended like he wasn't the main guy, and then they found out that he's like the big terrorist, like boss kind of thing.
Yo, I thought you were just a bodyguard.
Yeah. So
just an analyst.
I really appreciated that fact because when they're like interrogating both of them at the same time, and I could kind of see like they made Solomon make subtle movements that indicated that he was the main guy and just trying to cover it up. I don't know if you guys picked up on that.
Apparently
he made
not.
little movements with like his eye contact. He'd be like, when they're talking about specific situations, he'd make eye contact with whoever's interrogating the main guy.
Okay.
And then whenever they start like, and then but Jack Ryan, he noticed those cues, I think, and that's why he went to do what he did further on in the episode.
Fair enough. I wonder. I guess I wonder how you guys feel, but in my opinion, I think Tombstone, his plot line is the coolest plot line in this entire show. Mm-hmm. I loved that plot line. Tristan, you not feel the same?
I like it, but it doesn't really. There's no point to it.
That's true.
As of right now.
Right.
Like it's a side plot that doesn't need to be there. There's only one time at all that it intersects with the main plot.
Right.
And it was really good. Mm-hmm. But other than that, as of right now, like he's a completely pointless character. Like he's a cool character, but he's pointless. Doesn't really do anything to further the story. And so I wonder if that's going to come in season 2 at all. Like I wonder if that's going to come into play. But I have a completely different thing to talk about with Tombstone in a little bit.
Oh no. I have a bad feeling he's not going to show up in season 2, or he will, but he's not going to intersect with the main plot line again. Just because
I'll just get butthurt.
Yeah, because like he actually ties into this main plot line in season 1, and I don't know how they can make him tie into season 2. I watched some kind of I did some research on what season 2 could be about, even though it's already out. I think they're making a season 3 as well. I could be wrong, but
I'm pretty sure they are.
But what's up? Oh, go for it.
I was just gonna continue on the Tombstone front. I think they did a very good job of portraying that aspect of the war, as far as being a drone pilot,
for sure.
And he obviously did not want to do that, and he made that very clear at some point, towards the end of the season, to where it was just weighing on him also.
Yeah,
putting other people at risk, not being at risk himself, had that moral. I think it was more of a moral story than it was just what was going on the screen. It was more of the morality of it, and
absolutely.
I think that's really what that draw was, and that the whole point of it. Other than that, I don't think there's a point to him at all.
Yeah. No, I agree with that. I think that's why I might have been so attached to it, is because it did have that emotional aspect and that other side of it that you don't see with Jack Ryan, for example.
I'm surprised you don't like him, Tristan, because of the gambling scene. Honestly, it's your game.
Well, just wait. We'll get there, buddy.
You want to get there right now? If you can get there right now.
No, hold on. We have other stuff to get to first.
And you get to.
I'm gonna get a little bit chronological here. We have skipped over so far the introduction of actually the best character in this show.
That's a fact.
And that's Greer.
Yeah.
That's James Greer. He's the best character in this show.
I agree with you.
And now, at first, I didn't realize he was going to be the best character. They introduced him as the tough boss and blah blah blah, and I was like, all right, whatever. This guy may or may not be important. That lasted for 10, 15 minutes, and then I was like, this guy's awesome. Just when they pick up Jack in the helicopter from the party, and then they take him to the airfield, and He's like, "What are we doing?" Blah blah blah. And Greer just goes, "Get on the fucking plane."
Yeah.
I don't think I should really be going to Yemen. Get in the fucking plane. Like that. That was my favorite. Not that scene, but that is my favorite dynamic in the entire
I
show.
know.
Are
Yeah.
those two. Just because Greer is the I don't give a fuck, like what I'm gonna say. Like,
Yeah.
I'm your fucking boss. Like you're gonna do what I say. And Jack's such a really well mannered person,
Yeah.
very low key, and he tries to be that way. And Greer's just like,
Mm-hmm.
the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
That's great. Like the whole dynamic, they're so opposite, but they mesh so well.
I like it.
Oh, and that's what's up.
I was gonna say I like that like you mentioned that because I felt like he really embodies like I don't know, you could similarize him to like Ice Cube in the 2120 or 2021 Jump Street movies or 2122. Like he just kind of like do this like I'm not asking kind of person. Like he's just like he doesn't take shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like part of the reason he was like that, I think, maybe because at that point he really had nothing to lose. He'd already lost
Yeah,
pretty much everything
for sure.
because of the situation with everything else. But I'm sure that's also just part of who he is in the first place. But that was cool. The other thing I want to say about just a character right now is I appreciate that they didn't actually make Jack Ryan himself like super OP.
Yeah.
Like, you know how anytime you
They
have
made
like
him
a
super
spy
personable.
movie or a spy show or just some sort of action show like this, the main character is almost completely just OP and like you're never going to stop him. There were plenty of times in this show that I was unsure if Jack was actually going to do something.
Yeah.
I will say that is the issue I had with the movie.
Yeah.
Is Tom Cruise played Jack Ryan. One, I had an issue with that because Tom Cruise is like 5'8" and Jack Ryan's like 6'5" in the books.
Oh shit.
Which is very good that they made John Krasinski. Like is a great fit.
Oh yeah. He's a tall, lengthy motherfucker.
But yeah, like in the movie, it's just completely the opposite of this show. Like I was kind of expecting bits and pieces of the Jack Ryan I was thinking of to be in the show, and it wasn't. And I'm really glad it wasn't, because in the movie he just beats the crap out of everybody that he sees. Essentially,
Oh, okay.
like there's just no match. But with this, it's like you see the different stress, and you just see the stress, I guess.
Yeah. I think they did a good job with that for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I didn't really particularly like his character, and I'll get to that though. Like I liked what they were trying to do. I don't know if it was John Krasinski. I don't know if it was the writing. I don't know. There's just something about him. Like I wasn't like get off my screen heat, but it was like I don't really care.
With Jack?
Yeah.
There's a lot of background noise in that, like that didn't need to be there. I
Yeah.
guess is the best way to put it. Like there's a lot of like I want to say extra stuff because I'm sure it'll like in the second and if they do a third, I feel like it'll progress better. But at the first season, it was kind of hard to want to follow his character for
That's fair.
he didn't
Yeah.
have a lot of he had development, but not like to the point what I thought he'd have.
Yeah. Tristan,
Yeah.
carry on with your
Yeah,
With
please.
the chronologicals.
Yeah. I know you
Oh
had all
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
Little OCD.
So we got the stuff with them at the base overseas, and some people died, and then they got out of there, and they were like, "Oh my gosh, that was Suleiman himself." And so like Jack reported back, and he was like, "It's him. I was right." And Greer's like, "Yeah, he was right," you know. But then we get to episode 2, and we figured some stuff out. Oh, they got his phone, and they're like, "What's the passcode to his phone?" And they figured out it was the prison number. It's a light, um, I don't know what the word I'm looking for is, but it was a light hint to Reek's. Every show has a prison arc.
Oh, yeah, I guess that's true.
This was a light one. I'm sure we're gonna see Jack Ryan in prison
Oh,
at some
yeah.
point in the next season or 2.
Bro, Greer's going to put Jack Ryan in Russian prison.
Basically, like you make a great point. That's probably gonna happen.
I feel like he'd be there for other reasons also,
Yeah.
not because. But yeah, I feel like
Yeah.
he'd be interesting. Sorry.
But they showed this man Suleiman just getting ass.
Yeah.
Facts.
Like I didn't feel like that scene was necessary.
Nope.
Like good for him, It was kind of like okay. But he was like, I'm your husband. You have to trust me. And his wife's like already like kind of scared. And this is where we start getting those cracks, you know. That progresses some of the plot. It's pretty cool. Um,
Tristan,
and then we what's up?
I'm not holding this against you, but I feel like every show you pick has some weird ass sex scenes in it. we had
Dude,
we had
look.
Sense8, and now we got this, and I'm like, Tristan.
I mean, at least the ones in Queen's Gambit weren't that bad.
He
Oh,
says he's the
Because at least they didn't show anything.
He's like, "Yep."
Yeah, exactly.
Look,
It's like,
I wasn't expecting it, but Eli, don't worry, we're about to get to the
Oh,
extra one in a
Dude,
minute here.
That's
I
what.
would like to.
Yeah, that's when I wrote down my note about that. I was like,
Oh
come
my
on, man.
gosh. I would. So they went to Paris or wherever it was, right? To find the one little bit of the cell, and they were doing the cards, the cryptocurrency, not cryptocurrency, but the currency stuff, right?
Mhm.
And so they raided that place. But I like how on the way there, the one dude who you said was French, he was like, oh, he's like, here's your gun. He's like, take this. He's like, here's how you do this and this and this. You know, like be careful. He's like, I don't want to get shot in the ass. And then Jack just like he just loads, double checks everything, and the guy was like,
Just like
I
that.
was like,
Yeah, just like that. But it's
But
okay.
then-
You did skip something real fast.
oh
You
no, what
skipped
is
over the importance of his brother, Solomon's brother. So this point,
Yeah,
got
That's
introduced
true.
A lot. That is one of the better dynamics in the show, in my
Suleiman
opinion.
and his brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, just from the very intro to the progression of them finding out he has a brother, it
Mhm.
was huge. It was one of the biggest things in the show, honestly.
No, you're
Like
right.
that led to a lot of breakthroughs
Yeah.
for them.
Yeah, absolutely. And
I can't remember his name.
I mean,
but
just the progression. Well, not the progression, but what you were saying about their dynamic. I mean, it's. I don't want to say it's unoriginal, but like we've seen that kind of thing before. Like, oh, you know, we were young, this tragedy happened, we lost our family, and now like nothing can like tear us apart. That kind of
Yeah.
thing.
it's not
I've seen it
original,
before,
but
but
the
I think they did
way
it really well in.
progressed from as children being adopted, living in Paris, which is also huge. It's where Paris kind of comes into it,
Hmm.
um, and just kind of progressing from that. Because, like I said, it led to a lot of breakthroughs. But I think, no, excuse me, I think I can't remember where I'm going with it, so I'll come back to it.
You're all good. Uh, but then at the end of episode 2, we get the stupid police blowing people up. Like you got two dudes. So you know what I'm talking about, right?
No,
at the gas station.
I don't. Oh, now
So
I do.
you,
Yeah.
yeah, you got the two cops in the room with the girl
Yeah.
with the bomb vest on,
Yeah. That was
and they're like,
stupid.
"All right, she looks scared. Like, let's help her. We'll get bomb squad up here or something.
Yeah. Oh.
We'll take
Think
care of this."
about-
This other dude busts down the door and said, "Police, die!"
He was playing some siege, bro.
Yeah,
He
I
was
know.
ready. He said, "Screw the hostage." Uh,
Montaigne
no,
came in.
I think
Blew
with
up
that, yeah,
everyone.
with that, you got to think about what's happening, what they think is going on, because they didn't know everything that was going on like we do. All they know is
Yes.
potential terrorist cell, and I feel like at that point they don't know like normal police aren't really equipped to deal with
Yeah.
freaking suicide bombers or vests rigged with explosives with a trigger, like a pressure trigger.
That's facts.
Yeah.
Like, how
Yes.
are they supposed to know? Because all they know is if she gets close enough, I'm gonna die. Like, so they were just doing. I mean, yeah, it was reckless,
Well,
and then
I mean, they were already close enough, and
the nerves that were there. I don't blame that. Like, I'm like, okay, I see that happening today. Like, if that happened anywhere in any city, I feel like that could happen.
yes, I just feel like it's poor situational awareness to bust down a door, see that two of your buddies are already there with weapons aimed, not shooting this woman, to
Bro,
then look at her and shoot her.
man was one away from a kill streak, bro. Like,
He was ready to get the UAV.
exactly, dude.
He
almost
wasn't using
aced.
no UAV, dude.
He almost aced, dude. He was one away from an ace. He said
Yeah.
he on a
Hey,
14.
she came out with Beyond the Grave.
Yeah.
I don't get that. But yeah, continue.
No, she killed people while dying, assisted
Oh, yeah.
suicide stuff.
Yeah,
Anyway,
You know.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's very poor situational awareness, but at the same time, like I get what Ian's saying. Like he didn't know the situation. He busts down. He sees the woman with the not straight jacket, the bomb vest, and he just
And
goes.
he decided to bust down.
Yeah, he hit his shots, shot, I guess. He said,
Mhm.
"Bow," and just
One tap that bitch.
yeah,
And then she said, "Bow."
yeah, and then all of them went away.
But I never understood, and I think this is also huge too. He did not. Jack Ryan, obviously sees him running out the building, blood everywhere. Instead of chasing a wounded man, unlike in the last episode, he stopped. It's not that he didn't shoot, which they tried to put a lot of pressure on.
Yeah,
That he didn't continue chasing, which made no sense to me.
no, that's a good
No,
point.
same.
Well, at the same
That could have
time,
been over so fast, and not with him dying.
yeah, I mean, at the same time though, he went to shoot and then he didn't, and then the building exploded right after, so that might have just kind of taken him out of the play.
True. I don't blame that he stopped. I just think it's interesting, and that's a part of his progression too. Like instead of
Yeah.
being like, because he was still very new to going back out in the field, obviously.
Oh,
So
yeah.
he's like not wanting to do something stupid, or he's still kind of scared. He's not really sure. His nerves are high.
Dude.
All his trauma he's had to deal with. Like,
Yeah,
I understand. One, I understand
Yeah.
not shooting the crowd because that's stupid. But two, just not chasing with him unsure about it. Like he doesn't want to put himself in the situation that he comes to be in multiple times later on.
yeah.
Right.
That's
Well,
facts.
and we go ahead.
I was just saying that's true.
Oh, well, because we learned more later, but we had already seen a little bit of his backstory
Mm-hmm.
But not a
about
lot.
being the
Like,
only
they
survivor
went
of
back, just clipping
some
him.
tragic thing. One big note I had for this season of this show is I like the way they did backstories
Yeah,
for
sure.
pretty much everybody.
They didn't
Like,
do it all at once. They slowly brought
I
it in.
know. That was awesome.
yes. And
I love-
so, go ahead.
So what I was gonna say, mine was more like this is going back to kind of Greer, with his backstory and like the rumors and stuff when he came back. So I don't remember the actors' names or their character names, but when they're all three of those guys from the CIA are walking through the hallway going to their room,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
and they're like talking about how he used to dip have his soldiers dip bullets in pig's blood so like whoever they kill would never find
Oh,
peace in the
yeah.
afterlife.
Yeah.
You remember that? Like
Yeah.
that was like to me, I was like I don't know why that resonated with me, but it made me laugh because I was like, that's fucked up.
Yeah.
But like, I'm sure people have done that
Oh,
too.
100%.
Like, shit. I mean, they did a really good job of like the brutality in it, like how the soldiers interact with the natives and whatever militia. I think they did a really good job with it. Like, I just think I think they did a really good job as far as the military front. I mean, obviously, I don't know because I've never been in the military. I've never been over there, but
Right.
I think that aspect was very interesting. It wasn't just everyone's an enemy
Right.
kind of a thing.
For sure.
Mm-hmm. Well, and my big thing for the backstory stuff is what I really liked about it is they didn't do like big emotional backstory scenes for everyone. It was literally just Suleiman. Suleiman was the only one who really, like, we just saw flashbacks, Otherwise, it was little bits and pieces here and there for characters that had some sort of backstory. With Jack, we got little bits and pieces every once in a while,
He was
and it wasn't some
sleeping.
like big, huge thing.
It was
Same
only
with
when he was
Greer.
he'd wake up. That was something I really appreciated. And Greer wasn't even like, for me, his backstory is still kind of. I mean, I don't know if I just missed it. Like, I understand most of it, but I'm like, okay, like it's still kind of hazy for me.
Yeah. No, I
It's
agree.
really just the one thing.
Yeah.
I understand, but like, I feel like there's more to it that they just didn't expose. I guess.
Yeah, there might be. I mean,
Sorry.
Like, I feel like there's more to Greer because I feel like he's a very little talked about in the show.
yeah. I
Like,
feel
he's there, he's a big part, but he's like, there's something that's not connecting for me about him, and I think
Yeah.
it's just the lack of information I have on him, not necessarily like what he does.
Yeah, I mean, he
That's
got
fair.
he got promoted to that job in was it Montreal or not Montreal?
Russia.
Yeah,
Moscow.
Moscow is what I meant, not Montreal, not Canada.
Got the
Yeah,
pretty close.
yeah, he got the job in Russia. I think like him being like the top guy now, they might like put more of a focus on him. Hopefully,
Could or just drop
Oh,
him.
yeah.
Or-
Like they could just he could be even small, like a smaller part, which
I-
I think is what's gonna happen.
I hope
He's not gonna be around Jack as much.
I mean, unless Jack goes to Russia. What if there's like a
Which-
Russian terrorist that?
Well, you let in. Well, the last episode led into that.
Yeah.
So I mean, we're getting pretty far ahead, Tristan. You can continue chronologically.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
no, you're good.
You're almost to the part you want to talk about. So.
I don't know if I want to talk about it. I feel like it has to be brought up though.
I want to.
Episode 3 is where we really get the Tombstone stuff for starters. Like
yeah.
we see him. It starts with him blowing up the dude on the moped, which you think, okay, that's a pretty regular event.
Again.
But then like his partner gives him the $1, and then he takes it like home, and he's got all the dollar bills up on his wall, numbered and stuff. And you're like, whoa, like he keeps track of this stuff. That's some sort of personal, emotional kind of thing for him, you know. He doesn't just let those things go. And then this man, I realize it's a show, but I wish I could do what this man did. This man takes $107 with him to the casino, and I'm gonna break this down just because I have to put a nod on the brilliance of this. This man takes $107 to the casino. First of all, the guy's like, I can't take this money, it's been defaced. And then the older dude is like, it's all good, it's just money. And like the pit boss is like, go ahead, whatever. And then like his wife, whatever, starts hitting on him. I'm like, this, whatever. This just happens. I mean, this is a casino.
Yeah.
These things happen.
For sure.
This man takes his $107, puts it all on red. I was like, my guy betting on red. That's the way to go. And he hits. And I'm like, chill. Cool, And then he runs it back on red. I said, oh, all right, this man's spicy, but I like it. And he hits again. I'm like, this guy's going nuts already. This is more money than I've ever won in the casino. And then he goes, all right, put it all on black. And the guy was like, all of it? He said, all of it. I was like, my goodness. This man his black on black 22, which in my experience playing roulette, because that's my favorite game, I think I have seen black 22 hit less than 5 times. In all the times I've gone and played roulette, black 22 may be the least hit number that I have ever seen. Like, it's just crazy. So he hits black 22 and he doubles his money again. And then this man says, watch this, and runs all of his money so far. So he started with 107, then he's up to 214, and then 428. So he's at $428, and he says, put it all on black 22. Now, in my experience as well, it is a good idea to cover the last hit number. But to put that much money on a number that just hit was nuts to me. And this man hits it. He turned $100 into $29,000.
Yeah.
I want that.
I mean, everybody wants that.
I will say, what followed it was my favorite part of that. I was like, this is some dumb shit Tristan would do.
Yeah.
Like, that's the whole time I was thinking about it. And then afterwards, I was like, this might be some dumb shit Tristan would
Yeah,
do.
dude.
Are you talking about the couple?
Yeah. We're talking about the
This
whole
is the
night.
most uncomfortable scene
Bro,
of the entire
oh my God,
show.
dude.
Besides
I
the
was
winning
like-
money, I think that's you, Tristan.
Oh my God. I think you would do it, but I think the whole thing would be like, see you in a situation like that would fucking make my day. It would
Dude,
make
me
my
too.
entire year, man. Just like, not like getting your nuts kicked in and shit, but like, it would just be.
I cannot believe you think that I would get caught in a situation with a couple where the dude is like a cuck and a voyeur. That's terrifying that you would think that of me. Come on, man. That's some disrespect.
I only know one of those words that you use, so I ain't gonna like elaborate on what my sentence. But yeah,
A voyeur is someone who likes to watch, Ian.
Oh yeah, I mean, maybe you're him, dude. Who knows?
Stop.
Dude.
No, that was so uncomfortable.
But you watched, right?
The worst part about this, right? The worst. So this is bad enough to watch, right? This is bad enough to watch. my mother was in the chair next to me.
Oh no.
She's already seen the show.
What? Really?
She may not have been paying attention at all, but if she was at all, she knew this was coming
Oh no.
Dude,
and did not warn me.
You know she was watching your reaction the entire
I could have just skipped this whole part.
She had this grin. Like, you can't skip. It's part of it, man. It's
I
part
did
of what
not
leads
need
him
to see
do what
that.
he did.
I could have skipped to the part where he got,
Nope,
smacked around a little bit, and it was weird, dude. That scene was weird.
I think it's really
Shit.
funny that you were watching it with your mom around.
Yeah,
That's
it's
kinda weird,
hilarious.
you know?
How am I supposed to know that's gonna happen?
Hey, bro. I was watching it in the work truck. It's not much better. Say shit. I rewinded that shit too. No, I'm just kidding. But I don't know. I thought the whole scene was pretty funny, to be honest. I just was looking at my screen like, what the fuck is going on right now?
Right when he started taking his belt off, I was like, "Oh shit!"
Yep.
Dude. I kind of had a feeling I knew it was gonna happen, but
Well, my brain went two ways. It was either he's gonna get his shit kicked in or he's gonna his mouth just loaded, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
fact. No, I knew that wasn't gonna happen. I knew that wasn't gonna happen. No,
It was either gonna get kicked in or it was gonna get packed in.
that's a fact.
no, I knew that wasn't gonna happen.
I'm
Well,
glad it didn't. I just
If that
It-
happened and your mom was there and knew it was gonna happen, oh my god,
Oh.
dude.
Yikes.
Oh my god.
yeah, that would have made it so much worse.
Well,
Like I didn't need any of that sex scene.
well,
He got
yeah,
the
no.
shit beat out of him.
Yeah, he got his
It was
shit
so
kicked in.
unnecessary.
Probably can't have children now.
Uh,
Rip.
and then I only kind of remember what happened at the end of this episode. All I had was notes about people running. Oh, it's the wife. Yeah, Suleiman's wife. She took the kids and she said it's time to leave. And the girls were like, okay. And the guy was like, no. He
Samir.
goes, I'm staying with dad.
Well, yeah, and then he sprinted to them and started yelling, and then she
Yeah.
took the truck. Did not know how to drive, which is very accurate.
That's
Women
facts.
did not know how to drive vehicles then,
Right.
which I kind of appreciated that aspect of it. I know a lot of people be like, "That's stupid. That's sexist." No, it's accurate.
Especially,
Like,
yeah, for like the
Very
Middle East and stuff. I'm not trying to.
still like that, dude, for the most part. Like, it's fucked, but
Yeah.
it's still like that.
Oh, for sure.
But the whole like that the guys that he sent to chase them, I thought that was huge. And then obviously Tombstone's, interaction with that or interference with that was also very important.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. Yeah.
You can say they survived a drone strike. Only one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was.
Doesn't make
That was
sense.
stupid. That part later was stupid.
I just like
Whatever.
he didn't have any scars on him other than what she did to him.
Right. Yeah.
That didn't make like
It's
his arm would be gone.
Just blown up.
He wouldn't be able to hear. Like
Yeah.
he'd be fucked.
That's like, I feel like they do this a decent amount in this show. Like, I'm like, how are you okay? Like Jack Ryan's backstory, for example. I'm like, dude, how are you okay? How are you not dead? Like,
Well, yeah, that doesn't make sense. A grenade in a helicopter.
yeah, I don't know.
That didn't make sense to me unless someone saw it and like covered the kid up and hugged the grenade.
Yeah, that's true. Shit, I'm not gonna
That's
try to.
what I'm guessing that happened. I'm guessing someone saw it happen
Why wouldn't you just
and jumped on it,
fucking
but it still blew up the helicopter.
Bro.
Well, yeah, but like, why wouldn't you? In my opinion, in that kind of situation, I would have smacked the shit out of that kid's hand, knocked that grenade out. Yeah, the helicopter would have still probably gone down. But
He may not have even realized the kid took it though. That's what I'm guessing.
Well,
no, he
Yeah.
does because in the scene, in the last scene, the kid's staring at him with a grenade in his hand,
dude, that
with
was
the pin in his other,
that
and he's
was
just like,
crazy.
like I love the kid's facial reaction.
Yeah,
Like his face does not change the entire time.
I know, dude.
Like the entire time, any scene he's in, no change.
Yeah,
Even when Jack says, "Yeah, come on," nothing, no
Yeah.
smile, nothing.
they gotta just throw that kid off the helicopter when they see the grenade.
Push that
just-
little fucking-
That
Yeah,
kid was a different kind of shark.
Dude, you just gotta yeet him off the fucking helicopter at that point, bro. But dude, it reminded me a lot of that scene in American Sniper when the little kid has the RPG,
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh.
and it's just like dude, it's so hard too because it's like a kid that just got like
Yeah. No, you don't
twindled
don't
up
like
in
to
it.
think about it.
Yeah, and they just like
crazy.
Yeah, they're just raised in that atmosphere, and it sucks. But like, that's how it goes, man. And I don't know. That's all they know. It just sucks. But
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
I think they did a good job, like representing that.
Yeah, because a lot of times it's not their choice. They just
Right.
get roped into it.
Like-
and this is what
Oh yeah.
Like this.
structure.
Yeah, and
Like if you think about it, all kids need structure, and that's structure. It's fucked, but it's structure.
Yeah, you're a product of your environment.
yeah, like
Mhm.
even Samir, for example. I know they mentioned it, but like he went to his dad, and then he's like, "Oh shit, I'll go with my mom."
He started realizing, like,
Yeah.
especially when they had the gas canisters in the fan.
Yeah.
One, I thought he was gonna die right there,
Me too.
which would have been an interesting plot change. Um, I think Solomon's would have. I think that would have been very interesting to see Solomon in that kind of atmosphere, I guess, kind of situation.
I mean, he's a lot of
Background.
things. Suleiman's a lot of things, but he's at least like he cares for his kids, you know?
For his family,
His family, yeah.
his family, like even though he's fucked in the head,
Yeah.
has that like
See, that's the thing.
Well, I mean,
though.
once again,
what happened to his
product of
family.
your environment.
Right.
Yeah.
He was
But
blown
he-
up as a kid.
Right.
Yes, product of your environment, but he has like in his backstory is very interesting.
He could have been better.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because it makes no sense the turn he made for the most part
Yeah.
until you kind of see the last little bit of his.
See,
Right. Yeah.
I don't know.
Well,
But even then, it's still like this is an extreme change.
Yeah.
that's often. I mean, I don't want to say I actually know about this thing, but I feel like that's often how it goes. Like
Oh,
it's
yeah,
not
it
much,
takes
not
one
much,
small
and then it's
tweak
just over
and
the
then go-
top.
Well, yeah, and the reason his whole backstory was one thing after another. It was just piling. And that's what
Mhm.
they tried to do with the explosion, with him getting turned down for a job because they just didn't see the future in what
Yeah.
finances is.
Well, and because they're racist.
I don't think that really put a lot into it though.
I think that was exactly
don't
part of the problem because he mentioned that later. He was
He
like, I
mentioned it,
walked in, they saw like what I looked like, and they already made up their minds.
Yes and no. I think it's part, but I don't think that's a lot of
Yeah.
it. I think a lot of it's just like we don't want and a lot of it is it's hard to say because they don't back then. Change was horrible. Change was bad. We have our system. It works. We're good.
Well, yeah.
I don't think, and that's why I think race didn't have the biggest implement. I think it was just one of those things like we're gonna throw this in because racism is an issue. I think that was more of it.
It might
Yeah.
have been. Yeah. I don't know.
And it could go both ways. It could go both ways, where it could be like, no, this actually is like what happened. This like,
Yeah.
Any Middle Eastern has always looked differently
That's true.
in general, even
Yeah.
today.
I know.
And it sucks. Like it's horrible.
Yeah, that's a whole nother discussion, man. That's just that, like you said, that's horrible.
Mm-hmm.
But Tristan, what comes next chronologically, man? I know you you got this
Oh
unlocked.
boy, we got the next episode where Jack Ryan is chasing Suleiman's brother.
Yeah.
Or they're following. I wouldn't say chasing yet, because they got
Drone.
like the drone and everything. This is where we have the French captain, and then they find they lost the guy, and then they stop at a gas station because she's got to take a leak, and
She
she
had to
needs
buy smokes.
that too, yeah, and gas. And then he pops up from behind the building, and they're like, "Oh my gosh!" So she whips out her gun like a cop does, and she takes a shot at him, and then this freaking idiot mall cop kind of guy busts out the gas station and shoots her.
Yeah.
I was like, this guy's an idiot.
I want to go back just a little bit before that happened to their adoptive father and the communication through the video games.
Oh yeah.
I think that was huge because that was huge in the show.
Yes.
That was
Like,
crazy, dude.
Yeah, but it's crazy, but so realistic.
Yeah. I mean,
Oh yeah.
that's just
And-
not tracked or like even like looked upon as an option for like it's not a text message, it's not a call, it's not traced. Like it's like you have to be
Exactly.
in that certain game. Like yeah, there's databases for those games, but like who's gonna think that a terrorist attack is gonna happen over medieval whatever game that was?
And what even more is when Solomon was communicating with his brother, and he said, "You have to leave no witnesses."
Yeah.
3 kids
Yeah.
or 2 kids, adoptive father, all the memories from the drawings that he kept, all that stuff. Like that was huge also because he didn't kill them.
He didn't do it.
Like he was supposed to do,
Mm-hmm.
which is, yeah. I mean, I definitely thought he was going to.
Me too.
I mean, I thought he was going to,
I did too.
and I thought it was going to lead into something else, like another emotional kind of scene. Um, but when he didn't, that's when I knew I was like, he's going to die. Like he's
Yeah,
going to
for
get
sure.
caught. Like right when they were still alive, I was like, this is how it's gonna be.
Yeah.
But and then they got proved wrong.
And then he did
So,
catch him.
Yep.
And he killed him.
Yep.
nope. He
His
that was
granted.
real. Go ahead.
What's up?
No, go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say his only other choice was to die. It was kill or be killed in that situation.
I think it was. I guess the mall cop died, but and there was really nowhere around. I'm thinking more of like the woman who got shot by the.
I'm
car.
so mad she died.
I don't understand necessarily how she died so fast.
Yeah.
Dude, what do you mean?
You don't bleed out that quick
It
from.
didn't- literally anybody else
Yeah.
gets shot in the show, they survive for like 2 days.
Yeah.
This
Exactly.
dude they were chasing had gotten shot like 2 days
Yeah.
before.
Yeah.
She must have got shot in a more vital organ.
I don't remember. Was it the leg or the shoulder?
She got hit in
No.
like the
She
gut.
got side, so did he.
Okay.
Literally
Yeah.
almost the same side, same spot.
Well, apparently they missed his vital organs and hit hers.
I
He
mean,
did say he barely got. Yeah, he did say they barely
Yeah.
missed a vital organ. Who shot him?
His
I will give it that.
pancreas.
yeah, that's
But
right.
you know, I still think it's kind of.
It was stupid.
You know, she died pretty quick. I don't think he was gone that long.
Pretty quick. It was at least half an hour.
Yeah, but you have people.
Because he was chasing him that whole time. So he's chasing him that whole time, and then he fights him for like 5+ minutes, and then he has to come back.
It's like a 2-minute exchange. Honestly, like if you're fighting, you find a shed. That fight's not going on 5 minutes. It was quick.
Okay, yeah, but it was like another couple minutes after she got shot that, like, they were still at the gas station before he could run.
It's not possible. I'm just saying, like, obviously she wasn't a very important character. I mean, she was there for relationship advice at the end of the story. At the end of the day, she was there for relationship advice.
We haven't even talked about Kathy, dude.
Kathy's dope. I like her.
She's cool. She's nothing like special in terms of like characters in the show or anything.
I don't think yet.
Right.
She could have been.
Well, she could have been, and they almost made her like super crucial.
Almost.
But they did it for relationship purposes, which was stupid.
Yeah, true. But there's something could come of that.
I don't know. Their relationship's such a weird concept, I feel like, because I feel like she's a very emotive person. Like and I get the whole opposites attract thing, but she's a really like strong, like emotive person. I mean, she's a doctor. And I feel like he is just like boring. Like he just doesn't really do anything. Like, I don't know. I get that's part of John Krasinski too, because like I love him, but he's not the most like engaging person.
Lance Armstrong, what are you talking about?
He's just kind of like there. He's just kind of like, all right, whatever. But I don't know.
Well, that's part of his not being super overpowered thing, in my opinion.
No, I think they got a good actor for it.
I think that was part of. That's when I first thought about that, was when he was fighting Suleiman's brother, where I was like, wow, he's not like super overpowered. This is kind of nice for once, like a nice change, you know. But after that happened, because as you mentioned, he got the relationship advice from the captain, and he went home and he took Kathy on a date, and she went bananas on the first date.
Yeah.
I will say, kind of going back to him Jack Ryan killing his brother, Solomon's brother. I love the way they portray emotion from a lot of the characters after killing somebody. It's like a 50-50 for me. Half of them don't fucking show emotion, but then the other half, like, they're very affected by it.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that's a lot of just like production and directing stuff that just is, I don't know. It's not any of the actors' faults or anything, but
Yeah, that's true.
all right, Tristan, continue us.
Oh yeah, so she gave it up on the first date, which for John Krasinski, I get it. What upset me about that scene was that she went and poured them drinks as if she didn't know exactly what she was about to do.
Hey, you gotta set the mood though.
Yeah.
Don't even come at me like you don't know yet. You don't know yet.
Hey, no, hold on. Okay, pour a shot then.
No,
Pour a shot.
no.
Don't pour the glass like that.
No.
Don't pour the glass like that as if you're gonna sit there and drink it, knowing
I will
plenty
argue
well
with you
that you are
all
not
about
gonna sit there and drink it right now.
Listen, it's a mood setter.
Yeah.
It's not we're getting fucked up to fuck each other.
Yeah.
It's
dude.
No, look,
that was smooth.
Hey, listen, man. I know it's our first date, but you want to take some shots and fuck each other,
yeah.
dude? Yeah, no.
That's not what it's about though. Like it's the whole point of that was to set the mood. That's
Look.
it. That is it. There is no
Just-
anywhere around it. If you were gonna fuck, they would have been fucking immediately. That's not the
Yeah.
point of it.
For sure.
It was the mood setter. That's the whole reason they did the glass of wine or whatever it was. I think it was wine.
whiskey.
Whiskey.
It's more of a
It's
romantic
set-
thing.
It's a setup. I
romantic.
get it,
And
but like
that's the whole point.
that poor whiskey just sat out there for a while.
Bro,
Then I was
you
like,
know.
there's no point of that. The ice melts, it waters it down.
Right.
I'm worried about you, man. You're going to pull out the shots on the first date.
No,
Now he'll pull out a
no.
whole bottle of wine and down it. Be like,
Oh,
oh, you
yeah.
want one? Did you want some after he finished? Oh my god.
That's facts.
Hey, but then we find out because I believe, look. But then we get, I believe, the end of episode 4 is when they rescue the hostages.
Okay.
Was it full?
Because that's when we find out that Suleiman, or nope. Maybe I don't remember exactly what the heck.
The hostages is in his wife, or
No, hostages and the American doctors.
The Americans,
oh,
yeah.
no, that's not till later.
Nope, that's not till later. I'm stupid.
Yeah,
but
that's not till,
sorry,
like,
that's when
6
we
or
got the
7.
scene at the church,
church
where they
huge.
killed a bunch of people, and that's when we discover that Suleiman is trying to use chemical bombs.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So that's a big deal. And then episode 5 was not super eventful overall. There was a little bit more backstory. And then there was dating stuff with Jack Ryan and Kathy, where she said, I just want to keep it casual. And this man, Jack Ryan, had to hold back his sorrow and pain. I could see it in his eyes.
So I will
He did
say,
not want that at all.
and neither did she, and that's what I have an issue with in this portion of the relationship development is she wanted something casual but never acted like she wanted something casual.
Yeah.
Like, it was more of a her trying to protect herself emotionally until things developed with them.
Mm-hmm.
But it was
Which is
also
stupid.
one of those things. Yeah, but there's also one of those things she didn't trust what he was saying was true.
I mean, do you blame her?
No, I
'Cause
don't.
he
But it was one of those
lied.
things like, well, yeah, but I mean, it's like he's not allowed to say.
He's legally
I get
obligated
it.
to.
I get
Someone
it.
with someone like I have family in Secret Service and stuff where they can't tell their family anything for the most part. Like, they know the job that he does, and that's about it. Like, it's so specific, so little they can say. Like,
Yeah.
Which is
It's
why
very
it's
top
stupid
secret.
that she got upset about that
That's
earlier. She's
true.
like, why
That's true.
didn't you tell me that you do this?
From the other side,
I'm not allowed to.
exactly. But you have to look at it from the other side. It's a lot of emotion-driven things.
It's hard to be in a
Anyone-
relationship with that.
Exactly. Anyone who can just lie that easy, it's hard to trust anything.
Yeah, that's true.
And so it's
Yeah.
not like I don't trust you because of what you do. It's I don't trust you because I don't know what is true.
For sure.
Yeah, and I get that. I don't know. And then someone messed something up in this episode, and I don't
Mess something up.
remember. I don't
What?
remember who messed it up. Someone, because my note is, he fucked it up, and then I said, but he saved it, sorta.
No, it wasn't Samir. Samir fucked part of it up.
Samir always fucks
Well, he's
up.
just a narc.
Yeah, that's facts. Tattletale
but,
bitch.
But he's such a little kid,
Nah.
so he doesn't know.
Nah.
Hey. Narc's is a narc.
Yeah, it's
At
facts.
any age, a narc is a narc.
Narcs get
Facts.
sharks, bro.
But I will say, like, I don't know what I don't remember what episode it's like 6 or 7 when they're on the little tablet like Game Boy thing.
Mm-hmm.
He's communicating with his sister again through video games.
Oh,
Yeah, that's a little bit later.
dude.
That was part of it. I was like, I get it, but like,
Dude, he doesn't get the method that we all learned, the hide the DS under the pillow when your parents come in.
No, he just set it at the side. Dad's not gonna
That's
look
not
at
gonna
this.
work at all.
mm-hmm.
Come
So.
on, what a buffoon.
Dude, okay, I
You
just
know.
want to ask a question real fast. Do you guys remember the Game Boys with the little lights you had to attach?
I mean, yeah.
No.
Yeah, okay, cool. I just want to make sure.
Somebody's cultured.
Okay,
Uh,
fuck you.
Not my
Eli,
fault I didn't have one.
I had 3. It's fine.
Oh, okay.
Thanks for sharing, buddy.
3 Game Boys and 5 fidget spinners. Anyway, so no. So yeah, after that, I think after this is when we get like the doctors and stuff, kind of get implemented.
Well, it was after Samir did that is when they fully did the rescue scene because that's when they left.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, they get out, which is, dude, the planning of that is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was so cool. How, I mean, obviously it's
All
messed up.
everything.
It's it's messed up, but it's still so cool as in like a viewing perspective of like how intelligent you have to be to like strategically plan this entire thing. Like, and it's not even, I don't know.
I love how Solomon, you think he's being a very human-esque person, like his humanity showing in certain scenes, but it's all part of his plan.
Yeah, dude.
Like, and that really was like why I like him as a character because of that. Like, I really appreciate his character because of how smart he is.
I agree.
Well,
and how well thought out everything is. And you'd think, I just really appreciate everything. That scene with the medication and stuff, like all the medicine that he gave him.
Oh, absolutely.
Because I don't know about you guys, I had no idea that's what was happening.
No, me neither.
Like, I thought, I was like, okay, that's kind of interesting. Like, I thought it was weird. Like, that's kind of interesting, you know. But it all keyed in very well, and I'm like, that shit.
That was so cool.
Oh, yeah. And it was smart because what I get, the feeling I have a lot with Suleiman is like, you know, the good old classic line from Wreck-It Ralph and our boy Zangief. Just because you are a bad guy does not mean you are a bad guy.
Exactly.
You know?
I mean, except he's a bad guy.
Yeah, well, he's a bad guy, but he's not like a bad guy. Like we see that he cares about his family very deeply.
I mean, you kind of have to be a bad guy to try to release chemical warfare on an entire country.
Pretend to be humanitarian, like.
Yeah.
Look, I mean, I get it, but he's not unemotional as some bad guys are.
No.
You know, some bad guys have lost all empathy or ability to care about things. He very clearly has not, and that's part of what drives him in this, which is fun.
I will say the doctor that was, in charge, very good friends with the president, that to accidentally pretty much poison the other like terrorist.
Oh yeah.
That shit is just so funny to me. He like inadvertently killed him too.
Oh, that's actually true. I didn't really think about it like that.
Wait, what?
Because
if he did give him the meds and listen to the other doctors,
right?
Well, he's one of them. Like, like he would probably. I mean, he'd still probably. He was alive. He only got beat the fuck out.
Well,
he got hit with a gun.
Well, he got
shot. Yeah.
Well, yeah, but like. Yeah, it was still interesting to me. Like, he was still alive though. He would have died anyway, but like the fact that they unintentionally poisoned him as well is something very interesting.
Yeah. No, they're like, "Oh, here's your meds. They'll make you feel better, man. Here's Ebola."
Fucking dies.
Yeah, exactly. Get pranked.
Oh.
Anyway, yeah, so that was pretty cool, that whole exchange.
Yeah, and then they sure did wrap this up in a hurry.
Yeah, so that brings us into the last episode.
After they rescued Haneen and the girls, because they did that right before they got the hostages from the compound.
Yeah, that was
where we got Clutch Greer shooting the dude right between the eyes.
Yeah.
Survive a drone strike? So what? I'm shooting you in the face.
Dude,
he died covered in shit and a bullet in his head.
Yep, I hated that guy.
That guy was such a yeah, creepy
was-
motherfucker.
Yes, dude. He went into the women's
Oh,
bathroom
yeah.
type thing.
Bathhouse,
Yeah,
yeah,
that
whatever it
was.
was.
Yeah, he got thrown in the poo pile.
Oh, he didn't get thrown. That motherfucker got hit with a rock. He got
Yeah.
Even better, dude. The
I
shit pit.
hate that
shit
dude.
pit, dude.
Man, he had a rough couple of days though. He got blown up. He got shit all over him. Then he got shot in the forehead.
Dude. Oh, yeah, no, dude.
He
The
got
one that
99 problems and can't
knew
solve
he would
one.
be someone interesting, he'd be more than what he was led on to be when I saw his teeth.
Yeah.
He smirked. I was like, this motherfucker's gonna do something.
Yeah,
He's
dude.
gonna do something.
Yeah.
He's gonna die, but he's gonna do something bad. Like, I just knew it.
I
Like,
think
something more than usual.
he was the most pure evil person in the show, I think.
He's the only pure evil person, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'd
Mhm.
agree. So, all right. So then you get the evacuation of the hospital when they realize
Yeah.
that, oh no. So I have mixed feelings about this, that the president of the United States gets immediate, like, exportation out of there before anybody
How it
else.
How it works.
How is
And-
that? Like, I
Because
only kind of get what you're saying.
Because everybody's just a person, you know. So why? So the thing is, like, everybody there, including the doctors and stuff, who are literally saving people's lives, they don't get to know that there's a terrorist threat, and they have to make sure the president is evacuated before you can realize that other people need saved too. Like, I'm like, everybody's just a person. Like, what makes his? That's just an ethical issue at that
okay,
point. But
So,
It
so
really
here's the thing that I have to say about that. You
Okay,
have to get him out before panic is created, because as soon as they start evacuating everybody else for any reason, there's going to be panic.
I mean, yeah,
And that's what they have to avoid when trying to remove the president of the United States from any situation, is mass panic that could cause just a delay in that.
Yeah.
And so that's almost exactly what happened when Kathy went ahead and pulled the fire alarm.
dude, that was clutch. I
It was.
I loved it.
Like, what was interesting was it really fucked the plans up for
Yep.
Solomon.
It
Yeah.
was
So,
inadvertently
It was
clutch.
but it was one of those things like, you're an idiot, because that could have definitely gone sideways very quick.
Yeah.
But
Oh, yeah.
I understand, like, I mean, honestly, if she did that, she would have been detained.
Oh yeah,
No, straight
100%.
up, they would have
She would
arrested
have
her
been
right there.
detained instantly. But yeah, Greer coming up clutch again, dude. He's a one-tap machine.
I know, dude, man. One in the chamber, bro. He undefeated
Doesn't
on
need-
Nuketown.
He doesn't need a second clip, dude.
That's facts.
One clip in a dream.
That's facts.
No, my man Greer is great.
He needs one bullet, and Tombstone needs one droid.
So
One
I
drum
really do.
boy. Anyway,
Samir fucks everything up.
as always.
Because
Oh, he's so stupid, dude.
Papa, look at me.
But like, yeah, when they're detaining Samir, right? And
Yeah.
he's watching his dad run away,
Yeah.
and Jack's like, "Hey, I know you." Oh, okay, and like runs, and then the no hesitation that Jack shows
Mm-hmm.
is like, he knows, like, he's just like, this is it.
Yep.
Like, I have to do this. Like, there's no second chance. He gets
That
shot
chase
once.
scene was dope, though.
The
Yeah.
dude who gets hit by the metro.
Yeah.
Holy fuck, he's just fucking taken away. It's
Yeah,
gone.
dude.
Lit, dude.
He's gone.
I
Yeah.
like the scene after when they're all at the Cubs, and I don't remember who the Mets. Is it
Oh,
Cubs
it
and
was
Mets?
the
And he
Nationals and the Mets.
Nationals and
Yeah.
Mets. Yeah,
The Mets were in town to play the Nationals.
that's right. Oh, duh, because they're in DC.
Yeah.
Anyway,
That was dude. Okay, I like the way he ended it though,
yeah,
where like
have
he's
your
chasing him and it's crowded and he can't find him.
yeah.
He goes, "I have your son,"
In
and he
his
looks
in his
back.
language, yeah.
And he just stops and turns. Which he
He hits
knows
the
they
desk
have
pop.
your son.
Yeah. What the
you
hell?
know, why would you turn around?
I have
That
your
doesn't
son.
make
Oh shit! This is new information to me. What?
turn around like
What?
and he just shoots and just pow. It's like, you're an idiot, Solomon.
Well,
why
hey
is-
man, don't forget. Hey, he hit the desk pop first, which got everybody else to duck.
He said, "I have your son," and saw him, and then did the desk pop.
Yeah.
Yeah. He did the desk pop, and then he just one tapped him.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Why is everybody in this show getting one tapped?
Bro, I mean, that's really how it is, though.
Have you been shot? Because I'd go down too.
Yeah, facts. A
No,
headshot, bro.
Okay,
What do you mean?
Whether they live or die, everybody is getting hit once.
Okay,
Okay? Captain got hit once and died. Jack Ryan got hit once at one point, survived. That one dude, the brother, got hit once and survived.
yeah.
You know, when
Twice.
Jack killed him, he got hit once and died.
So
When
he got
Suleiman died, he got hit once and died. Everybody, it's one
Well,
shot. Nobody's
I don't
getting
know-
shot
I don't know
multiple
if you know this
times.
dude. I don't know if you know this dude. Bullets kill people.
Okay, that's fair, but usually people are trained to shoot more than one bullet. I see what Tristan's saying.
Yes.
We learned this
Yeah,
in
but-
Monster.
We learned this in Monster. You pull the trigger twice.
Yeah.
True, but yeah, you pull the trigger twice. Yeah, but
3-round bursts.
yes, 3 pulls of the trigger because most weapons are semi-auto, even in.
Well, like with automatic weapons, you do the 3-round bursts.
Yes, but even then, I feel like I've just listened to certain military personnel talk. It's like the recoil is so crazy that most military, unless you're in like a legit firefight, only do taps. They only
Yeah,
single
that's why
fire.
you get those
That-
little bursts. Just
That's
like me.
fair if you're conserving ammo and stuff, but literally he had just open space on a couple of those and he only took one shot. I'm like, dude, if you got an open shot, take like 3 of them things.
Yeah, but you gotta
Ooh.
think of the people. Like, if you got one shot on, you shoot once, people scatter, then you can fucking go in.
That's facts. No, that's true.
Oh, yeah.
I understand not wanting to. For Solomon, I understand not wanting to shoot multiple because Ricochet 1, 2, he's already down. You can't shoot
Yeah.
like he's down. Like you can't shoot towards the ground with people still scattering.
Oh
For
yeah.
sure.
Like that I understand. I would have understood if Solomon was still alive and he walks up and just. But
Yeah.
I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
at that point, I don't think he would have killed him unless.
Well, they were trying to take him alive, I think.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
sure.
they were, but I mean, fuck them.
Yeah.
Look, all I have to say about this ending, actually, not all I have. I have a couple things to say about this ending.
Ooh,
For
Like,
me, it was not
dying
a
or-
satisfying ending.
It was for me.
that was for me too.
Like, the only satisfying part about it is that they got him. Okay,
It was
but
for
there was
me.
there just wasn't enough build up for me to get the big bad.
The whole
like they
season is a
did.
build up.
The whole season was the build up. That's why it ended so quickly
Yeah.
because it was so intense the entire season.
Right.
It was
Right,
like,
but it's like okay, we're not really that close to getting him. We're not really that close to getting him. Oh, we're about to get him. We're gonna raid his compound.
so
Then he
much.
escaped, and we're like, okay, cool. Now we got some time. We'll see what happens. Except no, we don't have time because literally somehow it all happens at once right after that, and that just never happens. There's always more buildup.
No, it does happen because he did slip up so many times. He was rushing his process at this point. He had to move fast. He had to do this, which caused so many slip ups, which caused this to happen. So the entire 2 episodes before it, that was the peak of the buildup, and then after that, it was the drop because he had messed up so many times. I could have seen them build it up a little bit more, but I don't think they needed to.
Yeah,
I think they ended it very well, and I like how they ended it the entire season. Honestly, with the sticky note.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean,
oh yeah.
I liked it.
I liked it
I'm
too.
with Ian on this one. I get what Tristan's saying, but at the same time I don't because it was really built up the entire season.
It was
Well, here's
such
the
an
other
intense show. It was more like you can finally breathe.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you can tell Jack is just like good now. Like
Right.
the calm is there.
My other thing, the one dude survived, right? He escaped and he survived, and it's like 4 months later. And now, while this made sense,
Oh, I love the TC.
I don't know. I wanted even just a little bit of explanation how this happened. And then for some reason, it was just that random military dude again, the dude with the stash. He
The
pops up,
different name
he's
every
in the
time.
dude's apartment, pops him once.
Yeah.
Once again, we get the 1 shot, 1 kill. That's it.
Yeah,
Dude, that
but,
was
like,
dope.
That was
I mean, it was lit. It was lit. He popped him
Dude.
good.
the best, dude.
Yeah.
When he's just sitting there stirring his tea. I'm like,
Yeah.
yes,
Well,
dude.
that's just to symbolize that like he's hunting down the remaining alive people, like because he's not okay with them living.
Yeah.
I feel
that-
like he was, yeah.
I think that's what that was meant to be, and I don't know, but I like that.
Or it could go on and do another twist.
Yeah, maybe I don't know.
I was like, maybe he was somewhat involved in another way because he wasn't very involved. That like he was involved military wise, but other than that, he really wasn't involved that intently.
I agree. Well,
Yeah.
So I think something could build up. Like maybe he has a bigger part that we just don't see yet.
that brings me to predictions. Do you guys have predictions? I'll start with Tristan.
I have no predictions because they wrapped up everything for this season, basically.
Okay.
I think we're gonna get more backstory, possibly into Jack. Um, and I think it's gonna be a whole new big bad next season. I think it's gonna be different issues. Um, we're gonna get more Jack and Kathy relationship, but like I don't have any real big predictions, honestly.
Okay. Ian.
I hope with this next season, I hope that one dude that finished off the season, I hope he has a bigger role somehow. I feel like he'll end up making an appearance in Russia. Um, I also hope the next season brings on like a corrupt Russian politician.
Okay. I like it.
I think that'd be interesting. I think as far as the American Russian conflict, not really conflict, but like tense.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I think that could be a very interesting poll, and I think that would, I mean, that would personally draw me in a lot. I'd be like, okay, let's see,
For sure.
So I think I could go in so many different ways, and I'm very excited to see what ways it goes.
I think especially like let's see, because the first season came out in what 18.
Yeah.
So the next one would have been 19. So which means they probably would have filmed late 18 for the second season. I think a hot topic back then was Russia, and
Ooh.
like all that kind of stuff. I mean, it still is, but
Oh.
like I definitely. I mean, we already got hinted at that they're both going to Russia. There's going to be some Russian dude to take down. Like I understand that, but so that's obvious. So that's an obvious prediction. I agree with Ian when he says that the dude that ended the first season, he's definitely going to come back. I full-heartedly believe that. I don't know how. I hope he has a bigger impact. I don't know. I have a strange feeling like something's going to happen to him because that something always happens to those weird side characters that are like cool that I like. Yeah, no, I just Russia shit. That's my prediction.
I just have one thing to say. I don't understand why he was with them in Paris, personally. That doesn't make sense to
I
you.
don't either.
I don't remember.
Which is
Yeah.
why he's in the truck, showing Jack how to use the handgun.
Yeah.
That was not needed. That's why I think he'll have a bigger role this next season, or have some kind of twist. Because he's in the weird scenes where he doesn't necessarily belong as far as a military, like a guy goes. Like, why would he be there?
Yeah.
He's like he's in charge in Yemen or wherever they were. Why would he be in Paris with them? You'd think he'd still be in Yemen, or you'd think he'd be somewhere else.
Dude, he's just mystical.
And
I don't know.
He's in Morocco. Like, why? How and why? Either it's another government entity that's using him somehow, or it's his own agenda.
Yeah.
Which is why I think he'll have a bigger role, or have a plot with like twist with him.
I feel it. I feel it. Well, anything else? Ratings from both of you guys?
Ian, what you got?
On a scale of what?
1 to 10.
1 to 10.
I think I'd give it a strong 8. I think there's things I love the show. I don't think it could have gone any differently. But like I said, I watched the movies, so I'm like, yeah. But I'm a huge Tom Clancy fan, so I think they portrayed it really well.
Okay, Tristan.
Whole season overall really well.
That's fair. I'm gonna give it like a 7. I like Jack Ryan. I like Greer a lot. Greer is a dope character. He's one of my favorite characters so far this year. You can probably expect to hear him on my list come December.
Oh yeah.
But and the story was good. I don't think, like Ian said, I don't think they could have necessarily done anything differently, but there was just it wasn't like amazing to me, like it was good, but not top tier.
That's fair. Yeah, I get it. I'm with you on that. I'm also gonna give it a 7. I really like military stuff like this, especially stuff that like reenacts it pretty well, like the kid with the grenade, for example, and just like all this little stuff that they put in to like really symbolize that it's the stuff that's going on that people don't think about. But yeah, with Suleiman and him just being a genius, like terrorist, as weird as that is to say, I feel like that really brought up the season for me. So I'm also at that 7 range.
Solid.
I wish his first name's Ben, by the way, Ben Solomon.
What?
His first name is Bin Solomon.
Well, no, it's something bin
Wasn't it like
Suleiman.
was it like Musa bin Solomon?
Musa,
But
or maybe Musa was the actor's name.
Musa
I
was
don't
the
know.
actor.
Oh, okay.
But Bin Solomon, that's what it was in prison in Paris.
Okay.
So I mean,
fair enough.
They talked about Bin Laden a lot.
Yeah, they did.
So that's why I was like, interesting. So I wonder when he got adopted, because obviously he wouldn't have known his name. Like he would know his name, but like,
No, for sure. Well,
That's true.
anything else you guys want to throw out there before I wrap us up?
oh, I'm good, man.
No. Come back
Okay.
and check us out next week. Yeah, season 2 next week.
Yes, sir. Season 2
Everybody's
next week.
everybody's a good to go on season 2.
Oh yeah, I'll definitely vote yes on this one. I think
Sounds good.
I think Reek is a yes. I don't know. Yeah. So click the link in our bio. Support us on whatever shit we have down there. We got an Audible link. Sign up for that. Whatever you guys feel like doing, we appreciate it. We're gonna buy new equipment with it. Twitter, Instagram, all that's in there. All that good stuff. We appreciate the support. Yeah. Well, my name has been Eli.
I'm Tristan.
And that's Ian, by the way.
Our special guest.
Our special guest.
Last time I got yelled at for trying to outro myself, so I'm just.
That's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah. So I mean.
And remember, guys, Reek, we miss you. Come back next week.